Good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. I'm trying an experiment today because on the side here again, I don't have a chat room. And that makes me very sad because I want to be with you. So that makes me very sad because I want to be with you. There I am. I'm watching me, watching you. And I was hoping that maybe. And I was hoping that maybe I could get the words, but yeah. Maybe I could get the words, but yeah. Okay, wait. Don't go away. Don't go away. Let me. All right. So here's what I did. I turned off the audio, and I'm hoping that maybe I can get the. I guess not. Doggone it. I love when I can chat with you back and forth, and it's just not working for me this morning, and I don't know why. It's Monday. Maybe that's why. Happy Monday. Did you pay your taxes? Today's the deadline. I mean, we got this big reprieve, so it's time to pay them. And apparently, if you have children, there's going to be like some tax credits coming your way. That's pretty good news. I know a lot of you could really use that extra help right now. Children cost a lot of money. Am I right about that? Yeah. Okay, so I've got updates for you. Let's see. Let's start with the Fritzy report. I was with Fritzy yesterday. It was not my funnest visit. I'm not going to lie to you. She was in a delightful mood when I first saw her. And I wish I could share that kind of excitement with you, but I can describe it to you. It's like Christmas morning and you're that gift that somebody really wanted. It's like when he proposed and you weren't expecting it, but you really wanted it. It's like she said yes and you weren't sure and you really wanted it. That's how she reacts every time she sees me. Do you know how joyful that is? Anyway, she was in a really good mood yesterday, but she wasn't feeling really good. So I had to play mama and hold her hand and rub her shoulders and tell her it was all going to be okay. And it was all okay. By the time I left, she was feeling pretty good, and they took her off to dinner. I'll see her again. Um, she's just she's just so delightful to be around because she's so sweet. She's just so sweet. Um, Yesterday, though, she kept telling me she didn't want to be a bad girl. She didn't want to be a bad girl. And I don't know what that was about because she wasn't being a bad girl. That's the Fritzy report. She's going to so make it to 98 in July. It's like 98's nothing. I mean, this woman is like, she's awesome. She's really awesome. What else? My butt still hurts. I'm not going to lie about that. Look, I'm sitting on a heating pad. I'm playing tennis because I'm fully of the belief that use it or lose it. It's like, yeah. So I'm doing it, but not playing my best games. But I am playing. It's Rat Pack Day. What a great day for living in Palm Desert or Palm Springs, which is where the Rat Pack vacationed all the time. I mean, everything around here is Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis and Peter Lawford. And who else was in the Rat Pack? Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, Peter Lawford, Joey Bishop, I think. Joey Bishop used to crack me up. He was a Jewish guy, but he said he never became a rabbi because he didn't think anyone would enjoy calling him Rabbi Bishop. It just didn't sound right. Good morning, Bailey. Good to see you here. Oh, gee, what else? Let's see. It's work from home day. Hello, like that's what we've been doing. I mean, come on. Nothing's different there. Well, actually, it's different for a lot of people. Some of you have been working from home just since the pandemic, and you're finding that it's not only easier, It's more productive. I know some of you are having issues with it. I get that. But for some of you, working from home is just glorious. Just make sure you get outside during the day. That's really important. Even if it's just to walk outside and get the mail or take a little walk, stay in the shade if you live out in the desert, but get outside, get some nature in your life. Yeah. Don't be cooped up just because you're at home. Or if you can, take your computer outside and work on the patio or on the porch or whatever you have that's outside. It's baking day. So if you're going to stay inside, it's a good day to bake. I told you, I think that Saturday, Indy baked homemade buns for our barbecued hamburgers and hot dogs. Oh, so good, so good. And chocolate chip cookies to go with the homemade ice cream. It was a great meal. So yesterday, I told you was supposed to be Frisco gets fried in Crisco day. That didn't happen yet. Frisco is sitting in the refrigerator because apparently you're supposed to let a chicken sit for 24 hours or so before you cook it. I don't want to go into the gory details. But seriously, I didn't even get upset because sitting in the refrigerator, Frisco just looks like any other chicken that would be in your refrigerator. It's going to be okay. Yeah, it is. I know it is. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have mashed potatoes and biscuits and gravy and fried chicken. It's going to be a wonderful meal tonight. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Maybe I'll take some pictures. I made sure to exit my house while the deed was being done. So I spent, all that time with Fritzy so I could be out of the house because I'm a baby. It's walnut day. Be nice to your walnuts. I love walnuts. I think walnuts are my favorite nut. I don't know. It's a toss-up between almonds and walnuts. I just like nuts, but walnuts and almond. I make this nut mix where I put kind of equal parts of walnuts and almonds and pecans and chocolate chips and dried blueberries and maybe some cashews. It's delicious. People are always asking me for the recipe, and it always cracks me up because I just throw a bunch of nuts together and it makes this like incredible kind of traily mix thing. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, let's find out what happened today in history. Okay, Sugar Ray Leonard. He was so cute. Do you remember him? Bam, bam, bam. You know I'm into boxing. He won an Olympic medal. He became an actor and a boxer, but he won an Olympic medal for us in boxing. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I said it's Walnuts Day. Look what just arrived at my desk. Walnuts here. Want to see what's in there? Yeah. I just want you to know I wasn't lying. We're chocolate chip cookie-ing today. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't eat it while I talk to you, though, because it would be so rude. Oh, I'm so bummed. There are so many of you here, and I don't have any idea who's here. Okay, we'll find out. Let's see. 1980. Oh, 1980. You were all around if you were in the California area, or not just California, but the entire west coast of the United States. I know some of you aren't even in the United States, but we had a 5.1 earthquake along the west coast up north. And yeah, that was today. And the result was that Mount St. Helens, the volcano, it went off. Yeah, it did. Mount St. Helens blew. And it erupted. It was over 400 miles away from where I was. Oh, look, Indy brought me my comments. Yay, good morning. Good morning, Jenny. Uh-oh, Fred Waring. I don't remember what that meant. Oh, geez. Hi, everybody, anyway. I'm sorry I couldn't answer. I can't respond because now whatever I said is gone. But you know what? I noticed not all of you are on there. There's a whole lot more of you. Okay, this is funny. I now have, I want to show you this. I now have Indy's phone and my phone And not one of either one of them is in sync with what I'm doing and saying. Isn't that crazy? You would think this would be totally real time, wouldn't you? But apparently it's not real time. Oh, well, that's okay. Anyway, so there was this 5.1 earthquake, 5.1 on the Richter scale, huge earthquake. And then it set off Mount St. Helens volcano. It erupted, and 400 miles away, we got everything covered with ash. The sky got dark. It was seriously, it was like, what's it called? The apocalypse? It was like the world was ending. It was really freaky. I mean, it'd be the middle of the day and it would be dark. And I can only imagine what it was like if you lived up north. Some of you might want to share about that, but down here, we were just totally covered with ash. Yeah. Whew. 1900, The Wonderful World of Oz was published. Yeah, 1900. And it wasn't for 39 years. Not till 39 years later did the movie actually come out. I mean, do you remember the first time you saw that movie? And do you remember the first time you realized that when they got to Oz, it went from black and white movie to color movie? Oh my gosh, that was so exciting. Okay, now the question becomes, did you love the Cowardly Lion? Someone stepped on my tail. But were you afraid of the Wicked Witch of the West? Remember, yesterday was her anniversary, right? Margaret. She was the Wicked Witch. She was so scary, right? I mean, did you think she was real? I mean, when you were a little kid? And then there was Glenda the Good. I like to tell people I'm a witch, but I'm a good witch. Yeah. Because sometimes I do things without even knowing I'm doing them that turn out to be exactly what I was supposed to be doing. Oh, that's right. Life is like that, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe we're all witches. Some good, some bad. Or warlocks. Some good, some bad. I don't know. It's the anniversary of the death of the Queen of Disco, Donna Summer. Come on, we all danced to Donna. Do you remember everybody made fun of disco when it was here, but now that it's gone, don't you kind of miss it? Don't you get kind of excited when a disco song comes on and you can disco some more? Yeah, okay. Disco. Oh yeah, Lawrence Welk. It's the anniversary of his death. 30 years that guy did champagne music. He's got a resort out in California, down between where I am and San Diego, called, oddly enough, the Lawrence Welk Resort. And I stayed there years ago and with my parents, and it was beautiful. It was really nice. And this is another one of those first degree of Close Encounters of the First Kind. That's what it was. We were hired by his son to do balloons for him for one of his birthdays and to deliver to him. And I remember we had to deliver to him in Santa Monica somewhere. Yeah, so we got to meet him and meet his son. Nice guy, really nice guy. Seemed like a regular person. Yeah. Except that, he had this chandelier on his piano. No, that's Liberace. This is a 1 and a 2 and that was Liberace. Okay. Liberace is who I was talking about. Now I'm talking about Lawrence Welk. Okay, now you can see what I keep telling you. I'm getting older and my brain is starting to fry. Where's my coffee? I need the think drink. Didn't they used to call coffee the think drink? Cute mug, right? See my sloth? Love sloths. This is also the anniversary of the death of John Deere, Deere. Tractors, John Deere. I only celebrate it because I've some old friends who worked for John Deere. One especially who was like in charge of John Deere for massive areas of the world. And he and his wife were the ones who were living in South Africa when we went to South Africa on safari, and they were the ones that led us all over the Kalahari Desert. It was just like the best trip. I think Indy and I are going. Yeah, I think so. We're going to try and make reservations. What else? Let's see. It was the first Kentucky Derby. I got a friend going to Kentucky on Wednesday. He's pretty excited because he's going bourbon tasting. Yeah. I guess if you're into bourbon, Kentucky's the place to go. That and horses. In 1620, how long ago? The first merry-go-round in Turkey. Don't you love merry-go-rounds? Have you ever caught the brass ring? That's pretty exciting. That is pretty exciting. As far as I know, there is still a merry-go-round down in San Diego that I've been on many times where you can still catch the brass ring. And if you catch the brass ring, you know what that means? You get another free ride. Woo-hoo. And didn't that become like a wonderful saying for when you did something really good? I really caught the brass ring on that one. Yeah. So I wish you a lifetime of brass rings. Okay. This is important. You might want to stop what you're doing and celebrate with me. In 1845, the rubber band was patented. The rubber band. Can you even begin to imagine life without rubber bands? Remember when you were a kid and you had braces and you had rubber bands that connected the top teeth to the bottom teeth? And you can remember those little icky, and then you learned how to get your tongue to shoot the rubber bands out of your mouth and hit people. We thought that was pretty funny at the time. And then rubber bands was like tying a string around your finger. You'd put one on your wrist and you'd pluck it to remind yourself of something you were trying to establish a new habit, or you'd put a rubber band around your hand just as a reminder of something. What else? I always have jars of rubber bands. We used to make rubber band balls. We used to shoot rubber bands. That was like the best game in the whole world, right? And you'd stretch it out and you'd do it like a gun, and you'd shoot rubber bands at each other. Sometimes they'd hurt, but come on, they're not that bad, right? What else? Rubber bands. You could pretty much look in almost any drawer in my house and find rubber bands. I love to save rubber bands. I have jars filled with rubber bands. 1845. That's a lot of rubber bands. I mean, some people print on rubber bands, remember? Live Free, the Lance Armstrong thing, I think was the first one where they printed on rubber bands to go on your arm. And then all of a sudden it became a big deal and they were like bracelets. Okay, enough of a tribute to rubber bands, but I really like rubber bands. All right, along the same lines of the absurd or the not all that important, but still kind of cool. In 1971, the number one hit song in England, are you ready? Was by Dawn, who I don't even remember. And the song was, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. I forgot the rest of it. But do you remember? If the answer is, anyway, it was knock 3 times was the number one song. Can you believe that? Yeah, it was a pretty good song, though, in its own way. All right. Today's word art. This is a good one. I like this one. It says being hurt, angry, upset, confused. It doesn't say all those things, but it says a lot of those things. And not telling anyone about it or making it known is like farting in an empty room. It affects no one but you. No one hears it and no one cares. I'm sorry, but that is the truth, my friends. If you hold it all inside, nobody knows and nobody cares. And the codicil to that, which will be word art very soon, but I wrote it down because it was like so valuable. I like to say things in a positive way. always, always complain only to people who can do something about it. Don't you hate people who are constantly bitching about the way things are or what happened, but either they don't do anything about it or they tell you and other people who have no control over it, as opposed to going to the source and saying, look, this really upset me. I know sometimes it's just a matter of writing a letter to your congressman and you don't feel like you're talking directly to someone, but you know what? Write a letter to the newspaper, write a letter to the president, write a letter to Congress. The more people who do that, the more we're going to be heard. You're going to be heard. So stop telling people who can't do anything about it, unless all you want is to dwell in it and wallow in it and make other people miserable over it. That doesn't mean you can't talk about things. But if you're going to complain, just know that you're not going to get any relief by telling other people who have no power. Tell someone who has the power to do something. Go out there and let the world know what you want and need. Bam! It's Monday. Today's a good day to take that stuff over. Don't you think? I do. So, until Tuesday, have yourselves a marvelous Monday. Slow the sloth down, will you? A sip and a smile. See you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.